Video of a baby being pulled from the arms of his mother by the NYPD.
Oh my God!
It went viral over the weekend, and tonight the pressure is on as police search for answers as to how the whole thing happened. It took place in a social services office in Brooklyn on Friday. Police say they got a disorderly conduct call, and when they arrived at the office, they were told by security guards that 23-year-old Jasmine Headley was refusing to leave. She reportedly had sat on the floor because there were no chairs available, but guards say she was blocking a hallway and needed to move as she was being disorderly towards others. Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams is calling for the NYPD to drop all charges against Headley. He spoke to me today and told me the situation never should have gotten to this point.
First, the police should not have been called. We should have used staff that was there, the social workers that were there, to de-escalate the situation. Something as simple as finding a woman a chair.
Tonight, Headley is being held at Rikers Island on multiple charges, including resisting arrest and acting in a manner that could injure a child. Let's bring in tonight's A-plus panel. We're joined by Allison Young, Republican strategist. Great to see you, Allison.
Thanks, Bill.
Peter Brown back with us, Democratic councilman from Linden. Good to see you, Peter.
Thank you, Bill.
Allison, I'm going to start with you. Let's stick to the video, what we're seeing, because clearly there's some context that is missing here. The 911 call, you know, the discussion of was she being disorderly to other patrons there. There's a lot we don't know. But strictly looking at the video, it looks to me like actually the police are doing their job. How else do you arrest somebody who's holding a child?
Okay, if we stick just to the video. But also, you know, as a mom, I look at this and understand that my guttural instinct would be to cling to my child for dear life if people around me are being aggressive. We have no idea what she did before this, if they were trying to separate the child because the child was in fact in danger, but I completely understand her instinct to just cling to that child.
So beyond the instinct, it seems like just looking at the video, it's very hard to watch someone being apprehended. It's physically violent, it is difficult, and you never have the context, but she's being charged right now with child endangerment. Do you think that's a fair charge?
I mean, listen, I wasn't there. I mean, none of us were. And like you said, there's a lot going on to it. What we have to keep in mind is that the police were called there because of certain behaviors that were taking place prior to that. What's disturbing is that you have a politician that's coming out there and escalating.
You're talking about Eric Adams, yes, who gave a press conference and basically came down hard on the cops.
And basically blaming Trump and saying that the NYPD is acting like other officers down at the border, which, you know what, I think the best thing everyone can do is let the police do their investigation. You know, as one politician to another, best advice you can say is get away from the cameras and let the police department do their job as far as handling the investigation.
Let me ask you on this. Is it too much that people go to grab the headlines? The investigation had just got started.
Well, sure. Like what? And when you say what's the context of the video, what's the context that they're reacting to too? They don't have any more information at this point than we do, and we're guessing at what happened. So why are they standing out there, grandstanding in front of the cameras just for some headlines? I don't understand how it helps the situation. Who's going to be the adult in the room and actually try to de-escalate and make the situation less violent for the child?
Do you see this in your level of government that we do have? There's a higher level of tension at council meetings, a higher, school board meetings. People's tensions and hostilities are, it seems to me, at least a decades long.
I mean, Bill, we've both been involved in politics and now for years, and I think just recently, I mean, you see like this influx of just a fusion of emotions that does these outbursts.
Is it time for maybe the FCC to get control over what is posted online? Any video out there could escalate completely out of context.
We can do everything live online right now. I actually do think we should regulate, especially when there are children involved, and that people shouldn't be Facebook living everything that happens when there's a kid involved, because that child then for the rest of their life has no privacy.
Okay, leave it there. Thanks.